Hello, this is Lauren Tedvukai's final proposal presentation. First, we are going to look at the abstract, which just discusses the purpose of the presentation and why it is important. Next, we are going to take a look at the introduction, which includes the research question. What explains differences in an individual's support for immigration? People who tend to be less supportive of progressive immigration policy are white Republicans, people of lesser income, older people, and the lesser educated. It also appears that these groups are more likely to consume conservative news or believe negative myths of immigrants. Conservative news services release information that portrays immigration negatively. Negatively enforced information regarding immigrants is what causes people to be less supportive of progressive immigration policies. The next thing we're going to take a look at is the literature review. One topic explored is fear. It can be hard for people to be open to progressive immigration policies when they are afraid of possible consequences of immigration. Most people actually consider decreased access to jobs as a consequence of immigration. Other people consider themselves more open to immigration only if immigrants are willing to assimilate to the new country's culture and do not stimulate a cultural takeover. There is also a popular myth amongst those not accepting of progressive immigration policy that immigrants pollute communities with crime. Another topic is racial conflict. Most people associate immigration with Mexicans, making the notion racially loaded. Racism is similar over time, it just adapts to different groups. Americans associate negative news of immigrations to all Mexicans. Additionally, Spanish language only news put immigration in a more positive light than English language news. A final topic is political divide. Immigration has started to become a partisan issue. Conservatives tend to prefer Fox News, which exposes them to information that portrays immigration in a negative light. Continuously, Southern states had a strong relationship with Republican beliefs, and now have a tense relationship with illegal immigration. Now is the hypothesis, which begins with the theory that white Republicans, people of lesser income, older people, and the lesser educated consume more conservative news outlets and are exposed to media that negatively portrays immigration, which leads to the hypothesis itself. Negative news and media cause poor attitudes towards immigration by developing fear, enforcing racism, and creating a political divide. Next, we move on to statistical method. The unit of analysis is individuals over years. The population are all people who consume news media. The sample is 2,500 randomly sampled participants. The variables are negativity of media and the support for immigration. Negativity of media is operationalized as content analysis. The type of communication is the type of sources. The type of content analysis is structural. How often the phrase appears in the media, where in the newspaper it appears, and when in the broadcast it appears. The unit of analysis is the phrase illegal alien. Coders will record how, where, how often, and when the phrase appears in the media. Continuing on, the support for immigration is operationalized through scaling, through Gutman's scaling to be exact. People may agree with some forms of immigration but not others. The concept is that the beginning of the list will have higher ratings of acceptance than sentences lower in the list, starting with people who have advanced skills deserve to become citizens in America. Most people taking this scaling portion would agree with that, compared to the sentence, America should have completely open borders to all. Less people would agree with that sentence. Moving on, the control variables could include age, which is a generic control variable. Older people may have more anti-immigration concepts and ideals than younger people. Party affiliation, the theory identified in the literature review. Republicans may consume more media with negative attitudes towards immigration. Income. Theory identified in literature review. People with less income may feel like their jobs could be stolen by immigrants. Education. Theory identified in literature review. Less educated people may be more easily susceptible to believe negative media. Race and ethnicity. Spurious correlation and generic control variable. Minorities may be more accepting of migrants in America. We now move on to the secondary method, which is a focus group. Randomly selected participants from all backgrounds and political beliefs so that the moderator can generate discussion with people who already have different viewpoints. Display 2 or 3 short video clips with differing agendas regarding the portrayal of immigration. Participants would be asked about the differing agendas of the videos and how their feelings differed while watching each one. Did one video make them fear immigrants while another encouraged them to embrace immigration? There will be 5 sessions and 10 participants per session. Participants chosen through random selection. Sessions may take place in an area that is private enough where discussion can happen without disturbance, but public enough where disrespectful behavior will not occur due to taboo. Maybe a library or college lecture hall. The order of events will go as follows. It will begin with introductions, instructions, and a thank you for participation, etc. Some questions at the beginning may deal with preconceived notions and feelings regarding immigration and why people feel that way. The short video clips can then be played. The group may discuss how they feel or interpret the clip in between each one. After all of them, the participants can be asked to compare them and if one felt more influential than others. Closing questions can then be asked if any broadcasts evidently changed the opinions the people entered with. We will now go over the expected findings. For statistical method, the content analysis will reveal that the phrase illegal alien is used more often in news pieces that portray immigration negatively. Continuously, the scaling will reveal that most people agree that those who have advanced skills deserve to become citizens in America, while few think that America should have open borders to all. The expected findings for the secondary method include the following. The focus group will reveal that through discussion, people find that negative news pieces are more emotionally provoking, using fear, racism, and political division, and incite a more negative outlook on immigration. The conclusion will find that people are less likely to have a positive outlook on immigration due to exposure to negative news and media. This reveals that in order to make progressive immigration policy with the support of the public, the agenda of news services must change. Now we will discuss the budget and timeline. For the budget, which includes the wages of researchers and other employees, that will be an estimated $15 an hour. There will be a $75 compensation for each focus group participant. Continuously, materials are estimated to cost $5,000, and the renting of focus group location, be it a library or college lecture hall, will be another $5,000. The estimated total of this research experiment is $30,000. Moving on to the timeline, the first week consists of researchers finding content analysis data, participants for the scaling data, and participants for the focus group. The focus group questions are written this week as well. The second week consists of focus groups taking place, one group each day. The scaling data will also be collected this week. Third week consists of collection of content analysis data. The fourth week consists of analyzing, reviewing, and complying the data. And here is the bibliography for this research and literature review. Thank you.